Good day, Les here. I'm Chief Analyst of BG Trading Australia, and today you'll be analyzing some of the stocks that you have chosen for us in our Facebook community that we call Buy, Grow, Sell Strategy for Share Traders. If you are not yet a member of our Facebook community, I'd like to invite you right now. Detailed description below. In this community, we post a lot of great quality content, including some stock analysis, some fantastic conversation with our members about potential buying opportunities of stocks that are still trading at technically discounted price, far away from formal levels, and much more. Some of our results as well are displayed on this community, as well as some market updates. Market updates based on our proprietary strategy, BGS20, all the indicators and the KPIs, showing us what could be the next direction of the stock market in incoming days. So we track that on a regular basis. Lastly, I just want to let you know that last week was a great week. We managed to lock in profits in some of our latest positions. We locked 33% on Centile Limited, which was great, all with our VP members, or some of the VP members that actually bought into the stock. We also locked in Race, which was part of our long-term portfolio. We decided to lock in 20%. Also, Northern Star Resources, 28%, and Evolution Mining, we did 29% on Evolution Mining. So great week, and we are hoping to have another great week ahead. If not this week, the following week. Sometimes we need a bit of patience. We might have the market sort of heading down over the short term. Still US earnings seasons. We don't know exactly what lie ahead in terms of results, but we can sort of speculate that the results for the incoming weeks won't be the greatest results, and then could pinpoint or highlight a potential recession, and we might have some correction on the stock market. Okay, so just very, very brief. Okay, so but before we start with this analysis, I just want to remind you, this isn't a financial advice. It's just us from BG Trading sharing with you how we apply our strategies to know when to buy and when to sell stocks, how we set up targets, stop losses, how we avoid FOMO, and much more. So all in this channel. So if you like, please subscribe the channel and share this video with someone that you believe would be interested or is looking to learn into the stock market. So the first stock you're going to analyze is CAE, CANNINDAH Resources, which is a stock that was trading at entry level, or is trading what we call technically fair price. Again, like if you wanted to learn about our strategy, understand exactly what technically fair price or formal price or technically discounted price, how identify stocks that are trading in those levels so you can avoid or you can take advantage. We have an online course that will be available anytime that you want to take. Just go on bgtrading.com.au. You can sign up the course straight away and do that. Take the course and understand all this terminology. I'm going to go brief on those terminologies so you don't feel lost. But first thing you wanted to look into, obviously, always make sure we have all the indicators with volume, the SMAs and AMAs, the candles are displaying on what we call a Heiken arch, and find yourself the latest bullish and bearish intersections. So that's this always very important. So with this stock, the chart formation is a little bit funny, so I have to fix it up. This just realized this is a guy. Okay, so In this case, so what we have here is a bullish intersection level level 1 here, which is the yellow line crossing the red line, and then we have also a bullish intersection level 2, which has happened right here just before. So at the moment, the stock is sort of in up on the short term in uptrend. So any stock that is uptrend or essentially is trading above of what we call exponential moving average, the yellow line right here. So it should be a hold. So we hold the stock until two things happen, or the stock reaches the target that you actually set up. So every time I'm gonna trade, I'll always recommend, this is a recommendation, okay? Although we're not a financial advisor, according to our strategy, I can recommend that every time you're going to trade stock, and make sure you have target in mind, okay? Not a lead time. I'm not going to buy the stock to hold 1 or 2 years, make absolutely no sense, because companies in macroeconomic environment changed all the time, okay? 1 year, the company can be highly profitable, and the following year can all of a sudden reduce its profitability, or the margin reduced, or any sort of macroeconomic problems could affect, and then you can see your profit maybe become zero, even a loss. So you don't want that to happen. So make sure there is what we call target, set up a target. So in this case, it's a hold for us, okay? Stock trading at the technically fair price, where the candles are trading right at the lines, but I would only keep holding if those green candles continues to be trading above this yellow line here, EMA 9. Okay, this is the key element for us. So it is a hold, or if the stock reaches the set target. Okay, so whatever comes first, it's time to lock in, especially because this is a stock that is highly speculative and has a very low liquidity. Okay, and that's when I want to go quickly with you here. I already done in some of the videos. If you have no idea what the company, the market capitalization, what the company is doing, whether it's profitable, whether it's generating revenue, so you should come here. And that shows you that the company generates, this company here, CANNINDAH Resources, has no revenue. No revenue. Now, the question is, would you invest in a company that has no revenue? And furthermore, it's about $1.5 million loss, okay? So what you need to understand is, I'm not saying this is a bad investment, I'm just saying that, okay, when you see something like this, is a massive, a huge red flag. And that's where you need to go and dig into the fundamentals to understand, okay, the company doesn't generate any revenue. Is that going to come up in the next few quarters? The company doesn't generate profit. What is the prospect for this company to start breaking even in whatever project or whatever product they sell? Okay. So if you don't know what is happening with the company, I strongly recommend not to buy anything. Okay, so just make sure this is not for conservative traders. This is really a stock for speculative speculators, I would say. Chart formation looks interesting. Okay, it's moving sideways. Okay, it has tested this 15 cents support level here and bounced back with high volumes on the upside. So it is a hold. I wouldn't be buying now, but for us is a hold. And the price to buy would be around between 15 to 18 cents. That's what I would probably looking at speculating stock like this. Okay. So second stock that we are going to be looking at was a company, is a POLYNOVO by Sanjay Patel. All right, here you go. By the way, Sanjay Patel is one of our VP members, so I'm going to chart analysis right here. So essentially what's happening with POLYNOVO here, so this is also a stock that we traded in the past. We traded by memory in January as well for 35% as well. And by the way, BGS20 strategy, if you decide to sign up with our VP membership or want to use BGS20 strategy, we target for anything from 20 to 35% within 1 to 3 months lead time. That's what we do at the BGS20 strategy. Okay, so therefore, we normally work with small or mid-sized caps, stocks that have that its share price swings within that threshold range that we are looking for in terms of profitability. So most of the time we have to avoid large caps because they don't sort of swing around these type of levels. But equally, we also avoid nano caps. Nano caps are stocks that have very little market capitalization because normally those nano stocks have no enough liquidity. If you want to sell a reasonably size position, like we're not even talking about big position, but let's say $20,000, sometimes you want to sell there and you make the share prices drop sometimes 5-6% or even 10% depending on what the level of liquidity. So we don't want to be in stocks like that. It's too dangerous, and normally technical analysis don't work for nano caps. And the first one was actually what we call nano caps. So POLYNOVO is a company. We're going to use the same fundamental quick check. We actually have done analysis of POLYNOVO recently for our VP members, and I can tell you that the company is a growth stock on a health sector, but the company has been sustainably growing year on year. As you can see here, look at the revenue. The revenue continues to grow year on year, and the the net loss in this case is being steadily decreasing, except for the first half of FY23, which they increased the loss as they expanding throughout UK and Asia. But that loss will essentially fund some growth, some further growth in the stock, and more than likely we'll see a revenue of north of $50 million in FY23. So this is obviously a much better quality company, a very good business, and for me, this is the type of stock that we like buying here at BGS Trading. At the moment, the stock is falling. Look, in terms of signs of reversal, you can see that it is sort of trying to hold around this sort of a support level here. But if the market continues to, let's say, market goes down this week, we might see POLYNOVO heading towards $1.50 before bouncing back. But over the midterm, I can tell you that according to our strategy, PNV, POLYNOVO, is currently trading at technically discounted price under the SMA 250, which is the long-term moving average. So stock is trading under its long-term average price and also under the short-term average price. So win-win here. It's sort of like a good entry, but I'm not a fan of entering into a stock that is falling. So I would just wait a little bit more to see whether we see a compelling reversal, and then we try enter into the reversal. Still a safest way to buy stocks, buy on the way up, not on the way down. All right, so hope that makes sense. Now, the third stock that we are going to be looking at, let me just find the post here. SLA. SLA. Let's have a look at SLA. Silk Laser Australia. That is a stock requested by Saket. Here you go. It looks like we just missed a massive rally here on this stock. But essentially, the stock now, unfortunately, is trading at what we call FOMO area. Stocks trading at the FOMO area. The stocks like this, you really need to know what's happening behind the scenes before buying, because I can see there's a reasonably low liquidity on this stock. Let's understand what's happening with the fundamentals of this company. So first thing you need to do, again, go to asx.com, type the name of the company or the ASX code, and have a look whether the company is actually generating any revenue, levels of risk for a company. Generate revenue, is there any profit? In this case, look, very compelling, and that's why the stock probably rose, a very compelling increase of revenue, and also the profits increasing as well. So that was obviously a stock that has been missed here. But over the long term, still trading at what we call probably technically fair price. Let's just throw the 250 moving average just to see what exactly. Let's have a look here. Well, it's trading in the FOMO area at the moment. Obviously, we missed this. It's trading in the FOMO area. I wouldn't be buying now. I would wait for a pullback and buying the stock around these sort of levels here, close to the moving averages. Okay, it could happen sooner or later. Every single stock will trade under or at simple moving average levels, and that's where I would be buying according to BGS20 strategy. A little bit too long to actually look into the stock, so missed the boat. But more opportunities will come up, so we look forwards to another opportunities. Now let's have a look at CGS by David Kluman. So COGSTATE Limited, ASX code is CGS. This is a stock that is currently trading at just above its hypothetical support level. Like any stock, we're going to draw the hypothetical support level. We're going to put all the indicators on the screen, starting with SMA 40, EMA 9, and finally the SMA 250, which is the long-term moving average. Okay, here you go. Stock's currently trading at technically discounted price for the long term. We're also going to put a volume and understand what's happening behind the scenes with the volume. So volume is really low at the moment, which ideally I don't like when the volume is really low. So we could see the share price hanging around these sort of levels for a while. Nevertheless, it looks like we had a big event here in February. You need to investigate what it was. But at the moment, it is trading at entry levels. So essentially, as you can see here, there's a bullish intersection level 1, yellow line crossing the red line as per BGS20 strategy. Bullish intersection level 1 is it's always an entry price point, okay? And also there is a bullish intersection level 2 right before the level 1. Normally, the bullish intersection level 2 will come earlier before the bullish intersection level 1, ironically, but that's what happens. Okay, so let's understand what's happening from the fundamentals perspective. CGS, as the company generates any revenue, the company has profit, loss, what is happening behind the scenes, and why I would be interested to look into this company or not. Market capitalization is 250 million, so it's small cap, which is falls under the bracket that we normally looking at. And as you can see here, we have a gradual increase of revenue and gradual increase of profit. So I would like to thank Mr. David, because this is a very interesting pick. And provided that the company is set to increase its revenue and increase its margin or net profit after tax in for the financial year 2023, this is definitely a stock to buy at the current levels. You need to confirm that from the fundamental perspective, all right, before obviously jump into a position. Confirm that. If that's the case, I definitely would be looking at buying the stock at the current levels. Okay. Next stock that we're going to be looking at is KPM by Rajan. KPM. KPM stands for Queensland Pacific Metals. So essentially, looking at the chart formation, we can see that the stock has rallied really well over April month. So bullish intersection level 1 here, straight away found on the chart. Green candles are cannot, but you can see there was a correction from highs in April to now 16% correction on the stock. Now, looks healthy. The chart formation looks healthy, but I want you to understand that this stock is currently trading at what we call technically fair price. So right between the SMA 250 and the SMA 40. Okay, what is the ideal entry for any position? Would it be if we can buy under both simple moving averages? Or in other words, both lines. Ideally, we want to be buying the stock when it's trading under the red line or under the pink line and under the pink line together. But in this case, because the company has been reporting reasonably well, I think worth looking into the fundamentals and find out whether there are some growth prospect for the short term and what is the expectation for FY23. I'm not going to say here in this video, you got to check yourself, okay? You're buying stocks like this, you have to do the due diligence. Got to make sure you know exactly what you're buying. Like if you're going to buy a house, for example, real estate, a house, you're going to get building and pest inspection, obviously, to make sure you understand what are the conditions exactly the same with the stock. Okay, so this type of stock can be very profitable. Okay, but you got to make sure there are upsides. And you can see here there was several opportunities here, trading opportunities in this stock. And potentially we might see another one should the financial year 23 results be favorable, be positive, be better than FY22. Okay, so this is as KPM. For us is a hold or buying for the mid-term, but I wouldn't buy at the short term until it hits the red line or under the red line levels. So let's move to the next stock, which is ASN by Yosef. ASN, Anson Resources. Okay, so those classic resource company, the stock is falling. No much of a formation. In fact, we see a descendant triangle here, as I'm going to be drawing now for you. Descendant triangle. Generally, descendant triangle suggests that we might see a breakout. Let's take a look what's happening with the chart. Now, it's trading at a buying area or technically discounted price. Yes, However, what we need to seek is what's going to be the next bullish intersection level 2, which is when the green candles will pop up and cross the yellow line as we just saw here. Okay, we just saw here. When that happens is the first buying signal. Okay, the second buying signal is whether we have consistent green candles on the Fibonacci. Okay, so we have consistent green candles on the Fibonacci. We have a bullish intersection level 2. Then we most likely will see a bullish intersection level 1 as well, which is essentially the yellow candle crossing, sorry, the yellow lines crossing the red line again. And that is when I would be looking at a buying. Okay, so if you want to take a greater risk, buy when open the first green candle, okay, and then keep holding as you have the confirmations. You have the bullish intersection level 1, level 2, and as soon as you reach the target, make sure you have targets when you buy, then sell, lock in profit, move forwards to another stock. Okay, that's what we would be doing with this particular stock. Now, let's have a look if ASN is actually generating any revenue, any profit, what's happening behind the scenes. Again, at least give us a little bit of idea whether this is a growth stock, this is a profitable stock, it is a mature company or whatever. So ASX website again, as I just mentioned before, here you go. All right, here what is very, very risky stock for investment point of view. This is a speculative stock. First of all, no revenue, massive losses. Okay, so there's no healthy proportion here in this chart here, which is revenue by net profit. So ideally, again, we wanted to see a revenue gradually going up, as well as the profit. This is the ideal situation, okay? And combined to a positive prospect for the income full year FY23, which is not the case. So this is a very, very speculative stock. You need to understand what's behind the scenes. And honestly, I'm not interested at this stage, as the stock, the company is still probably in early stage, and we might even have a leg down here. Okay, so just be careful. I wouldn't touch on ASN at moment. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up the video now. I'll try and make a second video with more stocks that you have chosen for us. There are so many stocks that you guys remember have actually put it. But I'm gonna edit this video. I'm gonna post there. Please let us know what you think about our analysis. Did you like it? Didn't like it? Put your comments in the description below. I keep asking to put comments, and yeah, and if you have more stocks for us to analyze, let us know, and we're more than happy to do it. I love actually talking about stocks that are just entering into a buying area, in opposed to come here and talk about stocks that have already rallied 30-40%. It's very easy to come up and say that analyze a stock that had rallied already, but really where it takes us to the next level is that we are looking to opportunities, stocks that could do very well and they're still in the buying area. So haven't missed it yet. Still prompt for a great growth. In this case, we talk about 20-40% as per our strategy. Okay, have a fantastic week. And tomorrow is Anzac Day, so enjoy your holidays, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. The whole idea when we designed BG Trading BGS20 strategy was to use only a set number of indicators to make it simple and clear to understand, and to be able to apply our KPIs very easily and very effectively. So you don't have to be any Wall Street smart person to be able to apply those strategies. hope this course will help you to make better decisions and make successful trades. See you in the course.